decided to make this video because I'm a victim slash survivor. I have of attempted murder, kidnapping, and rape. And the reason why I say a victim slash survivor is because you don't, until you accept the fact that you're a victim, you're not a survivor. Until you don't allow what happened to you have a hold on your life anymore. When you overcome it, at that point, that's when you become a survivor. And it's a process. And you have to understand that the struggle is real. I'm here to talk about it so others can be heard, and hopefully I can help influence others to do the same. It takes I can't really say it takes a lot of courage to do this, well, I guess it does, to talk about what you've been through and show vulnerability and allow others to see it, and regardless of how they will look at it, or how they will understand it or how they won't understand it. They might say, it's a one-sided conversation kind of, because you can hear everything I'm saying, but I can't hear what you say or know what you're thinking unless you comment, which is completely fine. I want to say, don't be ashamed of what you've been through, and don't be afraid of stigma from anybody. One thing you have to constantly tell yourself in the process of this recovery is that no one knows. No one knows what it's like to be you. And I mean, I've heard from family that I need to, that I talk about my struggles to get attention, to play like woe is me, and I want sympathy. I want people to feel bad, like, I don't want anybody to be sorry for me. Sometimes I feel bad for myself, but the second that thought comes to my mind, I push it away because I don't feel sorry for me. In the process of learning how to love what I now know because of it. So, also they say that I have to like muster up and just get over it, and I'm sure for someone who's been struggling with this for a while, they know what I'm talking about. It's kind of it's what the stigma is all about. It's what a lot of people are afraid of. If you have just been a victim of, similar situation as me, you will hear it too. The only thing is, when you hear things like that, you can't allow it to touch your soul. You can't take it to heart. You have to keep telling yourself that no one knows you. No one's felt what you felt in whatever situation you're in. They only know what they're told or what they think they see. Just tell yourself that they don't understand, and you're the only person that does. And that's the scary part. But um, you'll be more at peace um, if you don't look down on or wish bad things among those who don't understand. Because I mean, if anything, um, try to look at it as um, a good thing, because their ignorance and their innocence to um, the lack of understanding just means that they haven't been broken in the way that we have. And um, I don't know about you, but I would never wish that pain on anybody. With me, not even the person that did this to me. You know, I wouldn't. The only good that comes out of that kind of pain um, is self-discovery and so much knowledge. It's the only thing is that you have to look past whatever event happened or that is happening. Um, whether you've struggled or already, or if you're struggling, once you stop looking at the bad that's happened and looking at what you can gain from it, I'm not gonna say things. You know, it'll get easier. Um, but there'll always kind of, well, I can't say there'll always be a struggle, because I'm not 100% better and okay, because I'm struggling. You know, I have my good days and I have my bad days. And everybody has good days and bad days, but um, I mean, I've been to the point where it's like, why? What's the point of life? Like, why? And then there are days where it's okay. I understand now. I know my purpose. I know. Um, but you always have to think of the days where you feel good, not the days where you don't. Um, just I want to let those out there know that um, I have been broken and um, still am, actually. Um, I'm still working on I actually um, I call it my rebirth. So I'm still working on being reborn, and it's exactly that. Um, it, it's exactly that. Um, and the alone feeling um, that you feel um, when you, because I've been like I go into deep thought, and I think of why I feel so alone, or what is it that bothers me the most, and it's because of the fact that nobody knows what it's like to be you, and to know exactly what you've been through. Um, if you confront that thought, it hurts it deeply. Like, there's no words to describe it. And the more you play with that thought, that pain actually turns into understanding and um, acceptance. And in order for that feeling to somewhat subside, is you have to accept it, because everybody's their own person. Everybody's been through their own things, and in the end, you're the only person that you can rely on, because nobody can be you. you know. Um, so the second you start to accept um, that it's okay for you to be the only one to feel that, it's like this peace. Um, so I pray and hope that you are able to, which you are. I mean, if you're watching this and have struggled and are struggling, then you have the strength to do it. Um, and I also want to say, like, I don't know what it's like to be you, like I said, but I do know you kind of, I know what it's like to feel your pain, and you're not alone. That's why I'm doing this, to tell you you're not alone, because that is, hearing that helps a lot. Um, it helps a lot, and I hope that maybe one day you could be doing this, um, because it will save somebody's life, and I strongly believe that. It takes a single word, or just looking at someone who has a face of understand, just looking at somebody and you just feel like they understand, and you have that, just that connection, and that will just turn your life completely around in ways that you never thought you'd see yourself, you know. Um, um, but there's probably going to be more people out there that will try to bring you down, and I don't, some purposely, some not purposely. So I want to go back and talk about more about when you run into those people that might possibly have the power to actually stall uh, or worsen your recovery. Um, I mean, I'll use this video for example. I know that there will be a lot of um, people that will watch this video and think it's like a bunch of baloney, and they'll roll their eyes and make judgments, uh, and might continue on watching the next video or whatever. It's, if I were to let that affect me, I would be like standing still, because I know what I believe. They don't have to believe it. I mean, people have their own beliefs, and they don't have to. I mean, it would be nice for people to understand, but some people don't care to. Some people don't know how to, which is completely fine, and I'm okay with that. And what I'm trying to say is that to be confident, and don't let the stigma and the lack of understanding change that. Don't let it change who you are or who you want to be, because you have to just, people are who they are. For those who turn their cheeks or turn, their backs on you, I know that there's people lose family and friends because of these kind of struggles, and I'm understanding of that. Because it's frustrating, um, to those who don't know how to help, and also um, for those who have, are doing pretty well in their life, and they feel like they'll be brought down by trying to help lift up somebody else, which I'm, to be okay with that too, to understand that will give you some kind of peace of mind, because I mean, like I said, in the end, it's about you. In the end of this life, it's about what you've accomplished, and So if people walk away from you and don't know how to help you, or that kind of brings me to the next thing I want to say. If you feel like you're alone and you don't have anyone in your life that you can turn to for comfort, try to turn to yourself, and and as time passes, you will meet somebody that you can confide in. But until then, um, you have yourself, and when you become comfortable with that, uh, that's actually when it becomes easier to confide in someone, because usually in cases where people have had been broken to the extent that I have or you have, um, it's hard to trust and confide in anybody, even family. Like, it's hard as an understatement. So once you confide in yourself and you can find comfort in yourself, it becomes easier to turn to somebody else. So don't feel alone. You have you for now, you know. And there are people out there willing to help you. I'm one of those. Um, and if you feel like you have any questions, uh, I mean, I still have so many questions that I want answered, and it's hard to. I mean, you can go see therapists and psychiatrists, counselors, and sometimes, I mean, talking to them, it really helps because you know, the confidentiality thing, and you can just vent your brains out, and it actually really does help a lot. But some questions they can't even answer, because even though they, you know, either went to school or are studying psychology and want to try and get a better understanding of those who are struggling and suffering, the questions that we have, that you have, even they can't answer, you know. Um, so ask yourself those questions. Like, if I have a question, or if I feel like like I'm getting worked up or something, I'll just be like, okay, well, if I were me, like, if I, you know, I'll ask myself the question, and then I think of, okay, what would I want to hear? Like, truthfully, like, make sure you answer it honestly. What would I want to hear? And if it's something that I need to change, um, what is it? What is it that I need to change? Um, the one question that I stopped asking myself is, why did this happen to me? Why did he do this to me? Why me? And you know, I think I'm a good person. I didn't deserve that, and I had to stop asking myself that question, because it was holding me back a lot. So I just tell myself, you know what, it happened, and you have to be okay with not knowing why, because chances are that person that hurt you, hurt me, had a problem of their own. They were struggling, um, not in a way that we are now. You know, yeah. I was just outside and I was thinking of something, and I wanted to say it before I stop this video. Um, Maybe I can look in the next video, depending on how well this one goes. Um, just know you're not alone. I'm here. There are others here. Um, and I'm starting to see that struggles, um, they're there for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Um, I try my hardest to tell myself that I'm happy that what happened to me happened because I'm a better person for it. And I think the second I fully and completely accept that is the day that I'll be set free. Um, of, I think that anxiety, you can't really, you can't really be free of that. I mean, that struggle will always be there, but it'll be easier to control it because you'll be aware of your strengths. Because if you can accept and be happy with who you've become because of what you went through, I mean, imagine the award that would be. Like, don't ever feel sorry or ashamed because you really will. If you can get through this, you really will be a better person, and you can save people. Um, you can help save people in the future and help people become better people, which is why I'm doing this. I um, want to see people less hard with bigger hearts because there's not a lot of people out there. And I'm not going to let anybody, family, friends, strangers, anybody make me think differently. Uh, and neither should you. You know, be the change you want to see in this world. Because we're the only ones. I am more than happy to pass on that knowledge if I know that it would better the human race. Um, so that's it for now. Um, this is the first official video that I've posted. Um, maybe once I get more comfortable, I will actually post the first few that I did just as a they're more like self notes and stuff. Um, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helped you. Um, I don't, yeah. So have a good day.